Hello everyone, it's Holly and today I'm here to film my August wrap up, which might be going up a bit early, but I wanted to get it done. So I've only completed 6 books this month, which for me isn't very good, and I normally finish 8 books if I'm lucky, but I did the booktubeathon and then I finished 3 books in that, and then I had a major slump and one of the books I finished was quite big, so I think I need to talk about them. So the first 3 books that I'm going to show you I read for the booktubeathon. The first book I finished was Pride the Untold Story, the story of the film. So I gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the message behind the film. The first one is called Beautiful Broken Things by Sarah Bernard. I want to be realistic, I didn't like this book. I gave this book 2.75 stars, which is quite niche, but I think that's what it deserves. It's basically a story about a young girl who... It's about 2 friends who, one goes to a private grammar school and then the other one goes to a state comprehensive, and it's basically the friendship between those 2 girls, and another girl joins into the group who is quite mysterious. She's had a troubled backstory. She lives with her aunt, and it's basically leading up to an event, so it's leading up to an event with a group of girls where everything changes, and no spoilers obviously, but I was leading up to this event, I thought, yeah, this is going to be good. It wasn't. It was just a letdown for me because I thought the book was going to be really, really good, and it really wasn't. Which actually quite surprised me because quite a lot of people who I'm friends with on BookTube read this book. They loved it, which was a shame because I didn't. Okay, so this next book is probably the best book that I finished. It was Warcross by Marie Lu. I love this book and it really shocked me. It was amazing. It's basically the story of Amika Chen, a girl who has lost her parents. She's in lots of debt, and she's in a society where this game called Warcross, it's the most popular game, and it's a game where you can go into the simulation, and basically she does something to do with the game, and then the creator of the game gets involved, and it's a whole mess. I easily gave this 5 stars. I really loved it. The sequel is coming out next month and I'm going to try my best to get it, but I'm moving into university next month. So the next book is a popular book on BookTube in the adult community, and that is The Kiss Quotient. I actually read this because it was free on Kindle when I downloaded it. I checked, it isn't anymore, but it's still super cheap. It's the story of Stella, and she has Asperger's, and basically it's her trying to find love in her relationships. But I did give the book 4 stars. It's quite steamy, so if you're not into that, don't read it. But I did, and I liked it. So the next book I actually own. I finished Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Can I just say, this took me a while to read, but it was a book which I also listened to the audiobook at the same time, so I listened to the audiobook, some chapters, and then I've read some chapters physically, which I think helps me a lot with Harry Potter because it's a big book. So I don't really want to talk about this book much because it is so popular and quite a lot of people have read it, and if they haven't read it, they've seen the film. I just wanted to say that compared to the film, this is so much better because obviously I like the books more, but I've seen obviously there's an increased change as the books grow bigger, but also this is the one which I felt like changed the most so far. I gave this book 5 stars, which was a change because with Order of the Phoenix I gave it 3.5. So this is a big increase for me. I really liked it and it definitely made me feel more in touch with the world. So the final book that I finished this month is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This was quite highly anticipated for me, and it was good, but it was also kind of a letdown because I'd heard so many good things when I thought that this was okay. So it's a story about a woman who is staying on a cruise ship because she's a journalist and she's reviewing it, and in the middle of the night she hears a splash and she goes out to the cabin and she sees somebody go into the waves drowning, and then she pulls the alarm. I think someone's been murdered, and that's all I'm going to say. But I think this book, the first 150 pages were really boring. I really didn't like it, and I was going to DNF. I was so close to DNFing this book so many times, but I pulled through, and I'm so glad I did because the ending was really, really good. I really loved the ending. I thought it was a great book, but I gave it 3 stars mainly because I couldn't get into it and I was going to DNF it. But I own another Ruth Ware book which I will read shortly. Okay, so those were the only books that I finished this month, but I feel like I also need to talk about the books that I'm currently reading because I'm currently reading 3. The first is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I don't know how to feel. I love this book, but I don't want the series to end. I'm currently more than halfway in, so I will get this finished soon, but I'm definitely not going to rush it so I can include it in this wrap up, you know? I'm loving it so far. And I have seen the films, but honestly, I can't really remember what happens, so I can't wait. I'm also currently reading The Sun Is Also a Star. I'm 75 pages in. I'm going to finish this after I finish Harry Potter. I am really enjoying it so far, but I feel like I started too many books at once and now I need to go through them at once. I cannot read all 3 at the same time. So I am currently participating in a readathon, which is the To Kill a Mockingbird readathon. I haven't started it yet because today is day 1 in the readathon, and hopefully I will finish this in the next 5 days. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, like, comment and hit that bell button as well as subscribing because it all means the world to me.